Everyone talks about Verilog, but when you enter the industry, suddenly you hear System Verilog everywhere. So the question is System Verilog a new language? Do we need to forget Verilog? Answer is no, and that's the biggest misconception. System Verilog is a Verilog, but it's upgraded for reality. See, earlier chips were small. Writing RTL in Verilog was enough. But today's chips, millions of line of codes, multiple protocols, thousands of test cases. So design was not the problem anymore. The main problem was verification, and Verilog alone couldn't handle that complexity. So System Verilog was created to handle that complexity. It keeps 100% of Verilog, and additionally it's add powerful feature on the top of it. For design, it gives logic instead of messy wire and ridge. Safer blocks like always FF and always COM. It introduces interfaces to control signal chaos, and for verification it changes everything. It introduces classes and object-oriented programming concepts, randomization with constraint, functional coverage, assertions, mailboxes, and synchronization. This is why in real companies, RTL may be Verilog or System Verilog, but test benches are almost always System Verilog. Because if Verilog builds the hardware, System Verilog proves it actually works. That's why System Verilog is not optional anymore, it's industry standard. This is why every DV engineers start with System Verilog. So if you are learning VLSI, skipping System Verilog is not an option. Let's discuss about data types in System Verilog. A data type defines how a value is stored, what value it can hold, and how it behaves during simulation. First is two-state and four-state data types. A two-state data type can store only 0 and 1. These are faster in simulation and commonly used in verification. A four-state data type can store 0, 1, X, and Z. These are used to model real hardware conditions like unknown and high impedance states. Next is signed and unsigned data types. An unsigned data type can store only positive values, whereas a signed data type can store both positive and negative values. Now talk about variable and constant. A variable stores data in memory and its value can change during runtime. A constant is read-only. Once defined, its value cannot be modified. Now the integer data types. In integer data type, we have short int, long int, and integer. Short int is a 16-bit two-state signed integer. Int is a 32-bit two-state signed integer. Long int is a 64-bit two-state signed integer. Integer is also 32-bit, but it is a four-state data type. Next is logic data types. Logic is a four-state vector and is recommended in System Verilog. Logic can replace both wire and raise in most design. Now some special data types. Byte. Byte is an 8-bit signed value often used for ASCII character. Time is a 64-bit values used for simulation time. Real, short real, and real time are used for real number calculation. String is a dynamic data type used to store text character. Event is used for synchronization between parallel processes. Void Void is used with functions that do not return any values. Let's discuss about arrays in System Verilog. Arrays look easy, but in System Verilog, arrays decide how fast your simulation run. Most beginners think arrays are just list of values, but in System Verilog, arrays control storage, access, and verification complexity. An array is a group of variables of the same data type accessed using an index. The index represents a memory location and the array values is stored at that location. System Verilog support fixed size arrays where the size is decided at compile time. It also supports single dimensional arrays and multi-dimensional arrays like two-dimensional and three-dimensional arrays, commonly used for memories and data tables. Now, packed versus unpacked arrays. This is the most important part. Packed arrays store bit together at single vector. They are used to model real hardware signals in RTL. Unpacked arrays store elements separately. They are used to model memories and test bench data. This difference is asked in almost every interview. Now, dynamic arrays. Dynamic arrays can change size during simulation. Memory is allocated using the new keyword. They are very useful in verification when the amount of data is not known in advance. Now, associative arrays. Associative arrays do not use fixed indices. They use keys like integers or strings. They are widely used in scoreboards to track expected and actual data. In real projects, RTL designer mainly use packed arrays. Verification engineer use dynamic and associative arrays. Choosing the wrong array type can slow down simulations and make debugging painful.